Test, test. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes. I hear you. Matt?
Yo, Matt's in like some weird part of Miami. He's supposed to be in the room with us right now, but he's like cutting in and out, possibly in an Uber or like under this drawbridge outside the window. Can anyone else hear him?
I heard him.
Oh shit, I'm cutting. Yeah, okay, you hear me. Sweet. Anyway, this is not the introduction. This is the introduction to the introduction. But our dude V from Whale Street has some words and updates for everyone. Plus, from what I heard, a pretty sizable airdrop. So V, if you're here, unmute yourself and let folks know what's going on at Whale Street. And then when you're finished, Rizzo and I, we can jump in and introduce season 5 of the WIP.
Hey everybody! The best parties are the ones you crash, and the parties on Token Smart are super fun to begin with. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm V, and I'm the tech lead at Whale Street, and basically the guys that did the tech behind the B20 project, right? So way back in November, we launched Whale Street, and with it a yield farming token called Shrimp, and we're giving away 250,000 shrimp tokens to all the lovely people here. And we're basically doing that because we are very happy today. As part of the Whale Street roadmap, we launched the DeFi keys just 2 days ago. And these are basically art blocks NFTs by the amazing PXLQ artist. And they're minted on Whale Street. So for every 8 hours, you have one NFT that's open for auction, and you can bid for and buy them with the Shrimp token. It's ERC20. It's already in circulation. Easy peasy. So far, so cool. And the auctions are live at whalestreet.xyz/auctions. I'll be putting up the link for that also soon. But there's more, wherein these NFTs give you very real power and a potential revenue stream on Whale Street. So first, if you have a DeFi key, you can deploy your own dApp on Whale Street with zero code. Just use the smart contracts that we have built, and the smart contracts come from the yield farming basic advanced versions and also B20 bundle experiences. And those dApp deployments will be available pretty soon. But that's what's possible with the DeFi keys. And based on the rarity of the DeFi key, you also get to share revenue. So when you're bidding on a DeFi key, there's also a rarity associated with it. You've got common, you've got rare, and you've got legendary. So the common enables a 50% split between the dApp and the treasury. The rare lets the dApp keep 75% of the revenue, and the legendary lets it keep 95% of the revenue. So this is what basically the DeFi keys are, in that it not only lets you collect and hold generative art, but also put them to good use, give them a strong utility layer wherein you can not only participate in the governance process, but also use it to earn revenue, right? And so building this was an absolute pleasure with Snowflow and PXLQ of art blocks. And it's really inspiring how convenient they made it for dApps like us to integrate with their marketplace. And the art itself is sublime stuff. So a quick word about the art. The project is called Space Debris, and the core of the algorithm is based on a recursive partitioning depicting an abstract visualization of a city in space that is under attack with varying levels of damage. And there's this space debris that can be seen floating around the scene. So that's what the art itself is about. It's generative art. And as you see, the NFT can be art, it can be a collectible, it can be a power token that opens up revenue, governance, and more. And it can be all of the above, just like the DeFi keys on Whale Street. So get some shrimp and give those keys a turn. Adios.
amazing. V, you guys are always cooking up something absolutely insanely bonkers. So many layers and details to it. Thank you for stopping by, dropping this shrimp airdrop on everyone, and sharing the latest update, what you're cooking up over at Whale Street. But if everyone can still hear me, this is now officially the introduction to season 5 of the WIP. I don't know how we made it through so many seasons. I'm still not with Rizzle. We're not reunited yet. I'm literally outside, circling the building, circling the block, waiting to get into his hotel so we can do a WIP live together. So just hold tight for a couple more minutes until we're reunited. But in the meantime, we have some amazing speakers today. Leading things off, we have Jamie Burke from Outlier Ventures. He's going to be talking about what he's cooking up over at NFTs.WTF. And the editorialization of the NFT space is something that I'm super keen on, and I'm really excited to hear the updates there. After that, we have the first, I guess, interpretive announcement or update at the WIP. We have Diodia coming here from Canva Island, and what he's going to be talking about will be interpreted to us by Daria. So really curious to hear what they're going to be talking about with that project that was just put on my radar by Rizzle, of course. And then finally, we have a wearable drop by not one, not two, but 3 amazing wearable designers. We have Fabiano Speziati, we have Sasha Land, and we have Sinkas, who over the past couple of weeks have just gone all out on designing new wearables for everyone that they're going to be dropping at the WIP, and everyone that's here will have the first dibs at bidding and scooping up these items. So look out for that. Before I get started, real big shout out to Mark Rendar for the amazing pre-WIP show. I'm in the lift. It's what I needed to get my mind right. Thank you for that. And for everyone that's in CryptoVoxels, shout out to Fabiano Speziati for hosting us, of course. Wearable drop, had to do it at his gallery. But I need to get out of the lift now, so I'm going to pass the mic to my dude Rizzle to get the hype show rolling for season 5 of the WIP.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Can you guys hear me? Yeah, we're on. Somebody. Yo, Matt.
Yeah.
Matt's like wandering around the streets of Miami allegedly right now, or potentially in the hotel. He was supposed to be here like a long time ago and is making Uber excuses, and like we don't actually know that he's here. But the rest of us, Matt is in the streets looking for empanadas, according to Louis C. Rhymes. All right, y'all, let's see. While I'm rambling here, and while we're trying to pull, okay, cool. Jamie made his way into the voice channel. I'm gonna do the big whip drop in the channel right below here on Easy Cipher channel. You guys, if I did the command right, which I did, you should have 30 minutes to claim it while I ramble on a little bit. So hop down there, one channel below ours in the Cipher channel, and then pop back in the WIP channel. Yes, please give Matt a hard time. He's still wandering around the streets. Okay, make sure you sign the guest book. It's in CV. Show posted a link for it earlier. Word is that we've done a little bit of investigation, and it seems like there's some good stuff coming out of this guest book, and I'm sure we'll get more updates on that later. Obviously, huge shout out to Mark Rendar for holding it down, DJ in the pre-party. I think we're going to try and get a group shot afterwards. If Paradox is in the house, we've got some really cool stuff going down at Fabiano and Sinkos's wearables place. So it would be a great opportunity for a group shot. So please stick around for that as long as we can get that going. A couple announcements. We're doing the WIP live in Miami. Well, I mean, at least I am. Easy and Elbow are actually sitting directly across from me right this second. I'm looking at their faces in real life. But Matt is not here at all still. So we'll work it out. Let's see. Later on today, we got the Cypher with Easy and Kinshasa also live from Miami. And we got Bullish and Bearish with Connie and My World, who are not in Miami. And then Jack's Hideaway later on this evening. As always, a well-packed Thursday for everybody. Yes. As always, a well-packed Thursday for everybody. Got some reverb here. Oh, we got him. Whack, whack. All right, good job. If people here are in Miami, definitely DM me or Easy or any of us, and love to hang out with you guys. Be here for a few days doing this Bitcoin thing, hanging out, lurking at the laser eyeball folk, and taking notes, and seeing what information and intel we can gather while we're down here. But with that, I'm gonna pass the mic. Big shout out as always to the WIP crew, the bot squad, the mod squad, everybody who makes this happen. Easy Paradox, Trippy Show, Timmy Tubador, Frankie Needles, Alex Guts Berserk, GB, Grev, Conwolf, Carolina, Duh, Sandy, Dragonate, Trizlet, Quigbell. I probably missed someone. Elbows looking at me right across the room right here, and he obviously deserves to be in the mix too. But we will just say not Matt right now. I don't know if he can even hear us. He's in the elevator or something. So, with that, let's kick this thing off. Jamie, dude, if you are ready to take the mic from me, man, I would love to pass it over to you and get the update on NFTs.WTF.
Hey guys, yeah, thanks. So I'm going to pretend I don't have Miami Envy sat here in the UK. Just going to take 5 minutes very quickly. Thanks for having me back. Really appreciate it. Love what you guys are doing. So just wanted a quick word about NFTs. What the fuck? So we're working on a community-driven D-zine run by a DAO. We've got about, I think it's almost 60 members now from across the NFT space, both collectors, creators in all different types of media. And we're doing a big push around diversity of all sorts to get towards about 100 member DAO. And the idea is it's a community owned, driven D-zine. So that's both a news site, and then effectively that gets wrapped up at the end of each month effectively into a time capsule for that month, including the news and various articles and opinions. So we've just put in place a key team of editorial and stuff like that. So we're starting to get a bit better at regularizing the content, but we do need and are actively looking for contributions from across the community. So of all the content that we'll put up there, probably about 30 to 40% we want to come from the editorial team, and the rest we want to come from the community. And the reason why is because effectively myself and a number of other people in the space got quite frustrated really with poor coverage from media around NFTs. Obviously at the peak that was kind of just about celebrity drops and it was all about big numbers. And now of course it's all about how the bubbles popped and NFTs are rubbish. And so due to that kind of frustration, we wanted to get together and have a media that was both nuanced, so it would kind of cover all the nuances of NFTs, as I said, beyond kind of just art, but also into everything from audio drops, music, multimedia, film, gaming, versus virtual world, all that kind of stuff. But there was also not kind of just out to write hit pieces, because I don't know about you guys, but the amount of times that I've been asked in an interview with media and it's like really clear the journalist has an agenda and effectively they're just looking to kind of ambush you a little bit. So effectively the kind of manifesto, which we're detailing at the moment, is that we effectively want to platform all the different kind of innovation that's happening across the space, across all of its various media, and allow for different voices and perspectives to kind of come through. So rather than it just be very tightly controlled by one group of people, effectively we just have a process which allows us to kind of platform as many of you as possible. So, feel free to follow at NFTs What the Fuck on Twitter. Just at them, DM them. I think DMs are open if you've got any article submissions. And it can be literally anything. The weirder, the better. It doesn't have to be a written post. It could be multimedia. We're going to be open at various channels across TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, etc. And that's it, really. That's all I wanted to say, to invite you guys into it. So again, thanks so much for giving me the platform to talk to everybody about it.
That's awesome. And I've been waiting too long to ask this, but my dude Show's here and I need to hear these questions. Hit Jamie with those questions, Show.
Hey, Jamie, what's going on, man?
Hey.
Let me just say that I like the whole initiative behind NFTs. What the fuck? I do believe that voices do need to be amplified in space. That's super awesome. I actually wanted to ask you something in regards to a bigger thing that's happening, though. With the spotlight now on all things related to the crypto space and specifically NFT projects and or social communities, there's been a notable increase in the amount of affluent people in the real world with disposable income looking to cash in on the digital gold rush, specifically venture capitalists who are collecting projects with the same fervor as new collectors looking to grab up the next hot remix on the CryptoPunk concept, and also the same thing with projects that are similar to CryptoKitties. It's almost like digital colonialism, you know? So, Jamie, in your opinion, is the future of the metaverse a global map with flags and territories defining which VC owns what community and project? And if so, why?
Yeah, I mean, I think, look, the role of venture capital in crypto, Web3, whatever you want to call it, or even a subset of NFTs is always something that comes into focus and is quite polarizing, right? So, you know, for example, my role at Outlier Ventures, which is kind of separate to what the fuck is governed by its DAO members. I just have one vote, the same as anybody else. I just happen to be an advocate for it, but effectively, you know, that is by design, financed, owned, operated by the community for that very purpose. Because if you look at things like, you know, CoinDesk and DCG, you know, not saying there's anything wrong or malicious happening there, but there's always this question of, well, if a VC owns a media, you know, why are they doing it? Why does anybody own something for influence? So just for point of clarity, what the fuck is very deliberately, it's an operation outside of Outlier. I'm just kind of one contributor. But like more generally, I think, you know, there's always this debate around, should projects fair launch? You know, what is the role of venture capital? Is the role outsized? Is the influence outsized? I think, you know, running an accelerator, which is kind of our core focus, you know, we're not a venture capital fund per se. We run an accelerator, we give a bit of seed capital, but we do help startups raise money. And, you know, so this year we'll accelerate 100 startups and they'll raise money in a variety of different ways. Some of them will raise entirely through venture capital. Some of them will raise entirely through NFTs now. They'll be doing like Genesis drops. So they're effectively crowdfunding the financing. They won't give any equity away in, you know, the holding co. And others are kind of looking to do fair launches with like very wide distribution for their token. So there are different approaches that work for both different teams. You know, their kind of go-to-market strategy. And of course, like how you start out might be different to how you evolve a network. So debates around progressive decentralization. So the reality is that like I've been in the space for 7.5 years, and every so often, you know, the topic comes up about, well, we're gonna remove venture capital. We don't need venture capital anymore. But the reality is, if you look at the market cycles, the only people that really deploy money in a bear market are venture capitalists. And so I've been really encouraged, despite the recent correction, that and I'm talking about startups now rather than kind of, you know, into NFTs necessarily. But I've been really encouraged that despite the recent correction, there's loads of new dedicated venture capital funds coming online, whether that's to invest in startup equity, tokens, or now even things that look like NFT kind of hedge funds and stuff like that. And, you know, the reality is that in an ideal world, and you look in a bull market, right, venture capitalists couldn't get into deals because venture capitalists do due diligence. You know, they're effectively managing other people's money, and so their goal is to actually manage risk. And so in a bull market, they can't get into deals because they can't move quickly enough. you get community pools that will literally just deploy money in 24, 48 hours, low to no due diligence, and generally speaking are looking for a quick flip, whilst a venture capitalist will do a ridiculous amount of due diligence to try to remove risk, but are often more long-term oriented. So, the reality is you kind of need a mixture of the two, and it will depend upon the particular project, and the cycle often dictates the role and importance of venture capital versus community-oriented DAOs and stuff. Like, personally, I think there's a role for venture capital often in the earlier stages, perhaps where it's a bit riskier. If you're sat in the US, which I'm presuming you are, right? Most people in the US by regulations are precluded from investing in the most exciting but risky part of venture in Web3 right now. And so, who plugs that gap? Well, often it's a venture capitalist. So, I think it's very easy to bash venture capitalists, but the reality is that, it has a role. Often that role is more patient than community pools. So this idea that somehow community pools are better aligned with founders is often a fallacy. They're often looking to flip their money and move into something else, where a venture capitalist is often more long-term oriented. So, it's not binary. And my role with the startups that we work with is to help them find the right capital from the right partners.
That's great. Let me just say that that question wasn't to bash venture capitalists. I just wanted a little bit more clarity, and I appreciate your experience and your insight in regards to this subject. Speaking of which, in regards to NFTs. What the fuck? I was super excited about the idea, and when I saw the teaser video, I was really hyped because all those names that I saw, I really like them. Just personally. In regards to voices in the space, just for clarity, there's a buy-in in order to join the DAO that backs NFTs. What the fuck? Correct?
Yeah. So we had initial 51. And the idea was we would have 100 people in the DAO, and we would have ideally no two people from the same organization. And the first 51 would be handpicked. So a lot of the people that you saw there were individuals that were, either connections of mine or, first or secondary connections or people that I just admired. And I thought would be good kind of guardians or guides for the DAO and that media platform. And the idea was that then we would auction the remaining 49 effectively to the highest bidder. And the thinking was that, those funds, all those funds go to financing effectively this community media. We actually didn't do that in the end for a couple of reasons. So the first one was that we felt if we just sold it to the highest bidder, is that necessarily going to bring the right people into the DAO? Does that just bias towards the people that can, pay the most? And is that going to be beneficial to the media platform? And then the second thing was actually a regulatory consideration, which was, there's still a lot of uncertainty about if you're selling. So we're developing a Genesis NFT. We're going to release something on this very shortly where it serves as an access token. Obviously, access tokens aren't, we're not doing anything necessarily new there. There's plenty of instances of access tokens, but the idea would be that the Genesis NFT itself, if you hold it in your wallet, allows you to vote in the DAO, but is also transferable. But it would then also serve as a digital subscription. So if you hold it in your wallet, each month you would get that month's kind of NFT, which wraps up all the news as a time capsule. But what we realized is that if we kind of just did that too widely to anybody and everybody, we would have to we would have to do, there would be a requirement to do KYC and AML, and there would be concerns that if we sold that to somebody in the eyes of the US that couldn't afford it. So in the end, we kind of backed away from that. And what we're doing now is, now we've got the 51 members in the DAO. The 51 are now kind of hand picking the 49. It is important to say, as you said, you do have to buy in. So effectively, I think it was $5,000 for the first buy-in, and then it went up to about $7,000 for the remaining 49. And then that effectively gets you a perpetual lifetimes subscription to the monthly NFTs, and of course the ability to vote in the DAO. But even that is, a financial barrier to a young artist or a disadvantaged person from participating in the platform, which would make it less effective, less representative. So we're also now sponsoring people who can't afford it. So effectively, if one of the 51, well, now 56 or 7 members put forward somebody that they think has an interesting perspective, but that couldn't afford to join the DAO, then effectively we use the existing funds to sponsor them.
Awesome. Jamie, and then just to make sure that everyone has the links and everything, if you're able to kind of drop the links to NFTs, so people can know where to track updates and all that good stuff, that'd be great. But I want to thank you for giving us such elaborate responses and for taking the time to keep us updated about what's happening with the project and the DAO and all that good, juicy metaverse stuff. So thank you so much.
Hey man, I really appreciate it. Thanks so much. And really, it's an open invite. So there are still spaces in the DAO. So if anybody would like to come forward, it's not about the money. It really is about getting the right people involved. And more than happy to look at sponsoring you if the barrier is too high. But even if you can't afford to join the DAO itself, anybody can contribute. And if you put forward an idea, the editorial team will work with you to make sure it fits the guidelines and everything else. And looking forward to doing some collaborations with you guys here at Token Smart as well.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And
Thanks,
then
guys.
next up, we have a project that Rizzle's been telling me about for the past 2-3 weeks. He wouldn't shut up about it. He's just like, bro, I have this amazing project. They're from Russia. It's amazing. They're doing all this cool stuff. You got to listen to it. And I'm like, well, what is it about? I don't know. You got to listen to it at the WIP. So we invited Dioda here today to talk to us, and we brought his interpreter, Daria, along with him. So Dioda, Daria, if you're there, unmute yourselves and tell us what the hell you're cooking up at Canvas Island.
Так, Дарья, ты тут?
Same here.
Так, всем привет. И в первую очередь хотел бы поблагодарить Rizzle, что пригласил на такой замечательный движ. Вот. Собственно, я Сергей из России. Хотел бы представить свой проект Canva Island, который я придумал еще в 2012 году, когда отец выгонял меня в огород работать, а я бешено увлекался компьютером и творчеством, поэтому в первую очередь я хотел доказать, что это перспективно, это может также принести свои плоды, как и его сад.
Hello, everyone. I would like to introduce myself, and I would like to tell thank you to Rizzle. Thank you for this event. Thank you for inviting me. It's really exciting. My name is Sergey. I come from Russia, and I'm here to present you my project. It's called Canva Island, and I came up with the idea in 2012. Back then, my dad asked me to work in the garden, which I hated, but I liked working with computers and was obsessed with art. And that's how I decided to show him that this project has certain perspective and that it can be fruitful and it can bear some fruit as well as his garden does.
Вот, остров начинался с небольшого, то есть команда состояла из одного человека, меня, постепенно с увеличением острова комьюнити замечательные люди меня окружали и, в общем-то, были вдохновлены моим проектом. Я вдохновлялся ими, поэтому я решил увеличить команду и создать метавселенную из кучи разных островов. Каждый будет иметь свой закон, тип, вид, физику, фишку. Все они будут отличаться. На каждом можно будет делать свои разные вещи, на каком-то можно будет строить, на каком-то можно будет драться с друг другом, устраивать гонки. В общем, это будет целая метавселенная со своими мини-островами, по которой можно будет путешествовать.
First of all, I started just by myself. There was just one person in my community, but then my community grew. I found people who were inspired by my idea and I was inspired by their ideas. So we were bouncing ideas off each other. And now we came to this conclusion that we need a meta universe. It's going to be a huge universe with different islands, and each island will have its own rules, its own physics, its own zest. So all of them will be different and unique. On one island, you can build something. The other one is there for you to fight with others. And there you can race against other competitors. And so those islands are going to be different and unique. And you're going to have the whole meta universe and you can travel along those islands.
Сейчас команда состоит из 5 человек. Вот даже главную страницу, которую вы можете наблюдать, появилась буквально за пару часов до выступления. Также у нас огромные планы. Мы даже хотим приглашать художников, которые должны будут выступать от нашего лица. Они смогут реализовать свои идеи целым своим островом, изобразить на нем что угодно, и также могут продавать его части другим участникам своего комьюнити. У нас бешеные планы, но мы небольшая команда разработчиков, все это будет происходить, скорее всего, медленно, но если мы будем набирать обороты, то я с радостью увеличу команду, чтобы это все ускорить и достигнуть наилучшим образом, скорейшим образом поставленных целей.
As of now, our team consists of 5 people, and the official page that you saw was created just a couple of hours before me giving this speech to you. We have a lot of artists and they have different ideas, and we have this space for them to fulfill their ideas and to unleash their imagination. So they can sell their own lots on the island, they can create different things there. We are a small group of indie developers, and of course it will take us some time to develop all the features, all the aspects, but we are growing and I'm looking forward to grow our potential, and of course we will do everything possible to become bigger and to achieve the results we have and to achieve the goals we have.
Например, первый остров, который вы сейчас можете наблюдать, он отображает сам рост проекта. Он начинался с одного блока и сейчас уже состоит из 81. С каждым днем он растет, приобретает новые объекты, то есть каждый день мы рисуем на нем что-то новое. За этим вы можете наблюдать. Сверху есть функция пролистывания дней. Разработку мы начали 1 апреля, и вот по сей день, каждый день мы над ним работаем.
You can actually see our first island, and there you can track the way it develops every day. So that's actually represent the growth of our island. We started with just one block, and then it developed, and now there are 81 blocks there. So each and every day we add something new, we draw something new there. On the top you can track days. So we started this project on the 1st of April, and as of now you can see how much we have already developed there.
Так, хотелось бы еще раз всех поблагодарить. Замечательная комьюнити, рад, что оказался с вами.
I would like to thank all of you. That's a really nice community. I'm really happy to be part of this community. Thank you very much.
Cool. Gyojia and Daria, thank you so much for sharing this project. If you have any links make sure you drop them into the WIP channel so that we can follow them. I know since we're Rizzle, Elbow, and Easy, we're all together. We're checking this project out right now on OpenSea, and it looks legit. It looks really cool. So I hope everyone kind of digs into this. It's a really interesting twist on the Metaverse play. If anyone has any questions, please tag Giljar or Daria in the channel and start talking about this. This is definitely really exciting and something we're going to continue to track. But now that we have the speakers done, this is what I've personally been waiting for months. Fabiano Speziati, Sasha, Sinkas have been cooking up and designing wearables. If anyone knows me, my whole excitement with the metaverse, and CryptoVoxels in particular, lies in the wearables, the exciting new designs that people can create, the caterpillars that you can kind of grow to monumental proportions like Rizzle has, all the effing time blocking my ass when I'm trying to get on stage at the WIP. It's awesome, right? And we have, I don't even know how many new wearables we have available for us today, but Sinkas is here to tell us about what Fabiano, Sasha, and himself have created and are putting on sale today. So Sinkas, man, unmute yourself, tell us what the hell you created, and then take us on a tour in CryptoVoxels and show us all the wearables.
Awesome. Hey guys, can everyone hear me?
Yep.
Awesome. Well, hey everyone, Sinkas. So I apparently drew the short straw between myself, Fabiano, and Sasha. So I'll be kind of like letting everyone know a little bit about both mine, Fabiano's, and Sasha's projects and wearables. So I'll start with Fabiano's. He sent me a very nice text. He's a bit public shy, so I'll take his responsibility of kind of like let you guys know of what we've been cooking up. So Fabiano has been working on Claude's pet. And Claude's pet are nothing more than imaginary inhabitant of Fabiano's Claudes, right? If you know Fabiano, you know Claude's like this tiny flying kind of like habitats that he creates. So just like in nature, we have different animals that populate the various continents. The Claudes are no different, and he creates different pets that live on its Claude. Like all the animals of the planet, even those of the Claudes have evolved to adapt to various situations. Often their mutations occur due to pollution, and what they eat, drink, or breathe changes their habits and consequently their body. So these pets, despite being nice and having descriptions that often tear a smile, deal with issues that represent us from Fabiano's point of view. They deal with pollution, they deal with social relationship, etc., etc. So what he recommends is that when looking at one of the pets, to try and go beyond the simple representation and imagine what is kind of like actually behind each of the pets. So yeah, if you browse around the gallery, he has some crazy pets available, and some are looking dope as well. I've been eyeing like the Pancrat for months now. So that's for Fabiano. Now Sasha, or Diga as he's known in CryptoVoxels, just wanted you guys to know that the store is open to everyone. And if people want to present their wearables, just hit Sasha up. His Twitter is Sasha Lander, and he's also known as Diga. And I'm not sure what his Discord username is. So if you could just say it in the WIP channel for everyone to see, so they can get in touch, that would be great. And they can also mint through his collection different wearables at no cost if someone doesn't have a parcel, which I also didn't have, and Sasha hooked me up for the event, so thank you, Sasha. And also his kind of like goal is to try and stop naked avatars, and he's selling avatar wearables, especially now with the Matic integration. She's selling wearables starting at $1. So that's crazy cheap, guys. If you've kind of like interacted with wearables before, especially in the ETH days, they would be going for like 50, 70, $100. So $1 is just, like a steal. So definitely browse around and see what he has up. So that's all for Fabiano and Sasha. And for me, it was the first time I minted on Matic, so really excited about that. The kind of like the prospects of having cheap wearables and very small gas fees are exciting when it comes to wearables. So I created a series of t-shirts. They are a bit different from the kind of like the t-shirt project, if you're familiar with it. They're not one out of ones. Well, just one t-shirt is. They're all minted on Matic. and they're kind of like a tribute to the awesome like childhood game Super Mario. So they feature characters from the game, and they are going for editions of like 10, 5, 3, and 101. So that's kind of like all I wanted to say. The rest kind of like you can just browse around the gallery and see for yourselves. And of course, thank you for Matthew and Rizzle and the rest of the WIP crew for hosting us again.
Dude, do you want to take us around the gallery and kind of show us all the different wearables? Or you don't have to do every individual one because there's so many, but just kind of give us like your favorite picks or something like that. By the way, I'm scooping the T-Rex if anyone that wanted that. It's mine. Shout out to Easy for scooping it for me.
Come all to the ground floor and try to find the pets. So they are on the left side, if you can, like on the left side of the bottom of the gallery. Easy already there. Piano as well. Here are Fabiano's pets. I think he'd be kind of like more suited to describe what you guys are seeing. But again, it's kind of like the pets that are inhabiting in his clods that he creates. And some are very crazy. I mean, this punk rat Fabiano, I'm like so tempted to get it, but and for those that pay attention, Punkrat was also featured in the collaboration T-shirt we did, me and Fabiano did together. So there's actually a T-shirt to match the pet. He has also cards of the pets, and he's kind enough to let us know which ones are available and which are already sold out. So thank you, Fabiano. And make sure to make your way to the next room as well. Diga has some nice digs available, and you'll also find a wall with all my Super Mario T-shirts.
Cool. So I think everyone can kind of wander around the gallery, click on things. If you have any questions or if you're having any issues depositing ETH onto Matic using the bridge, let us know. We can walk you through it. We're going through the same issues ourselves. But if sync us, and correct me if I'm wrong, but if you're wrapped up and you kind of introduced everything, I'm kind of eager to get into the afties because I'm feeling like show's a little extra spicy this week. I don't know about anyone else, but before I pass the mic to Show and we get into the afties, I think Rizzle has a couple words to share with everyone.
Yeah, I'm totally wrapped up, so Rizzle can take the mic. The only thing is make sure you kind of like browse around, check the stuff, and if you want to get anything, just click on the item itself and direct you to OpenSea.
Yo, it's awesome, man. I already actually scooped an octopus, and we'll be taking a tour a little bit later. My computer that I brought to Miami tends to explode if I do CryptoVoxels and Discord at the same time, so I'm gonna like stop one and then pop back in and scoop up what you guys. Fish brain. I already scooped up an octopus. Yes, we're also trying to figure out the ETH Matic bridge. It doesn't seem like super complicated, but it does seem like it's a series of like click-throughs and permissions and like deposits and that kind of thing. So we'll figure it out, fam. I don't really have a lot for you until we pass it to Show, except for this amazing concept that Easy and I were kicking around earlier that I think we should all collectively put our heads together with and create out of all these voxel pets the first decentralized petting zoo where every time a voxel pet gets pet, it does something with like a token, and then you can feed these voxel pets food, and you can pair the token, the feeding token, with the petting token and get like treats for them or something like that. So Show, maybe it's sexual. There might be some like breeding involved eventually, some cross like, animal. I mean, we can make it sexual, I guess. It didn't have to be, but we can go there. But I mean, I don't know, dude, you'll take the mic and you can take this any direction that you want, but kick this idea around. Yeah, Tamagotchi, but like decentralized petting zoo Tamagotchi. And then like, maybe there's like something with like liquidity providers, and then like the DAO determines like what animals like aren't getting pet enough and need, we got to phase in new animals that are more appealing to be pet or something. Anyway, so I just wanted to toss that concept out there. Yes, no bestiality, you perverts. Thank you, Hidden Forces. That's all I get. Thank you guys so much. Awesome to do the WIP live from Miami with a bunch of weirdos sitting across from me. Definitely going to hang out for the afties and whatever else is going on later. Stick around for the Cypher, also live from Miami. But in the meantime, take the mic from me, man, before this descends into like sexuality and bestiality and all types of weird pet stuff, man. That wasn't where this was supposed to go.
Rizzo wants to create a DAO that chooses which sex position you want to take with animals and petting them. I can't breathe right now. This is what happens. This is what happens when the entire team goes to Miami and starts going nuts and going crazy, y'all. I can't. Sorry, I mean I was spicy, but now it's like, oh man, y'all. Okay, wait. I'll try to be professional and focused. This is season 5. Look at us rolling into season 5. We go on trips to Miami. We're all right. Oh my god, y'all. So, hey everybody. What's up? I hope everybody else is laughing and smiling where you're at. Yo, it's DeFi Summer 2.0 just kicked off like 3 days ago. Technically, we can't count it starting at July, but to count June, Yes, please go get the POAPs that Carolina is saying. Go get POAPs, do all the things. And when I speak in this level tone, it means that I'm about to yell and scream and break shit. For those of you who are new, who have no idea who I am, you're about to know in a second. For those who already know, either lower your speakers, mute your headphones, or just leave, depending. It's all good. That being said, yeah, man, yeah, man, man, motherfucker, motherfucker. Yeah, they said we wouldn't get. They said we wouldn't survive. They said that this thing made no sense on Cent. They said that this thing made no sense in the little chat fucking box on Cent. They said this wouldn't last. They kept DMing Matt on Cent when he was on Cent, saying that this thing makes no sense. And look at us making sense in the future. We're making fucking sense together. So much so that an entire city wants to float their fucking city on these cents. God damn it. They're using their good sense in order to float their resources. They're putting it on their balance sheet to float in these Miami waters. These fucking cents. They said that crypto made no fucking sense. But it's making us sense. It made us all sense in our pockets, so much so that we drop cents into a Discord server for you to collect. Yo, is my voice in a vegetable refrigerator right now, or am I loud and clear? Huh?
No, man, straight out of the fridge.
Straight out of the fucking fridge, god damn it. Straight out of the damn cucumber. God damn it. All right, so that being said, I'm about to get into the overall theme for season 5, man. Season 4 had a theme. It was about imitation, duplication, and innovation lacking, and people not doing enough. But season 5 is different. DeFi Summer 2.0 is coming. We shook out the weak hands, right? The quote-unquote crash. You motherfuckers know what this crash was, right? It wasn't a crash. We know, right? Because we knew the summer was coming. We knew that DeFi is doing more than everything else to the point where these motherfuckers are floating their things based off of what Ethereum is doing, copying DeFi and finding their identity, right? But we knew that shit, but season 5 is different. So check this out, y'all. I want everybody to close your eyes. Close your fucking eyes. If you're in Miami, stop looking at the ass and titties on the Miami streets and sand. That's what happened with Matthew. Matthew got lost looking at ass and titties in Miami. It happens to the best of us. Trust me, it happened to me when I was 14 years old. I flew out there for the first time, and it was just...
dude. No.
yeah, it was. He got lost. He got lost. Oh, wait. Oh, whoa. Okay. Oh, baby. Is that a baby voice? Yo, wait, can someone... Hold on. I'm trying to find whose voice that is so I can whack them. Thank you so much. Oh, okay. Yo, this is I'm introducing the Afties and you want to interrupt me? Just for everyone who's brand new, check this out. Don't speak during, I mean, unless obviously you're part of the team or whatever. But like, just, you know what this is, God damn it. Anyway, look, here's the overall theme for season 5 of the Afties, man. I want everyone to close your eyes. Close your eyes right now. Close your eyes. If you're in CV, close your voxel eyes, right? I want you to picture a world. Picture a world where you swipe a physical card and pay for your groceries using a stable coin. You spend your nights in a digital nightclub with regulars and still nurse a hangover the following day. You go online shopping for digital wearables that match the clothes you have in real life. You watch the news online and the newscaster is talking about an incident that involves you specifically, your Discord name and your real name and your organization. You see a digital magazine highlight what you do in the digital space, and fucking people in the real world notice you when you buy a pack of gum at the corner store. Your distant relative who just entered high school manages to make $200,000 in fiat from yield farming with her friends who are the same age. Your parents are having a fight at the dinner table, if they still even eat at the dinner table, you know, together, about finances and which shitcoin they will need to sell if they want to pay off their mortgage. Now open your eyes and I'm going to ask you this. Is this the world that we live in, or is this the future? Have all of these things occurred right now? Is this the future, or is there more coming up? Is this shit about to end, or is this shit about to kick the fuck off? Is DeFi Summer 2.0 a theory, or is this shit about to fucking pop off? Welcome to the Afties, y'all. Welcome to the Afties, where we just had 3 awesome presenters. It was actually it was actually 1 presenter, a presenter and a translator, and 3 big ass minds in the crypto space, all talking about their dope ass project. This is what happens where we have awesome presenters come through. Matthew works tirelessly, DMing back and forth, getting these people to do this little thing we call the fucking big ass whip, motherfucker. And they come and they talk to you, whip fam. He works his ass off to do this shit. Yeah? So then once this happens, this is the segment, the portion of this entire event where you give your thoughts, you provide your opinions on what you just heard. These people were talking about digital magazines. They're talking about digital worlds where you can draw endlessly that are reminiscent of 90s of video games, JRPGs. They talk about wearable items. They talk about these things. Don't go and talk to other people. Talk to us. Talk to me, baby. Talk to us about this shit together. This is the segment where you voice your opinions. Don't run away to Twitter. You're here with everybody else. Let's talk about it together. Speaking of talking, first subject of the Afties. Oh, by the way, for everyone who's brand new, if you don't know, if you're getting drunk off of mojitos and all kinds of liquor at Miami, you have sand in your crack in these Miami streets. Here's a little reminder. If you have a question, don't phrase it as a question. Phrase it rhetorically, right? And put some bass in your voice. Only hot takes and opinions are accepted during the afties. Everything else will be blatantly ignored because I am stubborn. I am hard-headed. I don't listen. I do shit. I don't listen. I never listened to my parents growing up. I've been a rebel since I came out the vagina. I wasn't supposed to come out of the vagina. I was supposed to stay inside of the belly. I was supposed to stay inside of the uterus. I was so rebellious. I came out when I wanted to. I put on rubber gloves and I spanked the ass of the nurse that tried to pull me out. No, you don't spank my ass to make me cry. I spanked the nurse's ass to make her cry. I'm in the world, bitch. I'm in the digital world. I'm in the crypto space for DeFi Summer 2.0, spanking all the nurses' asses. I'm not pregnant. You're pregnant. Anyway, speaking of pregnancy and venture capitalists, here's the first subject. shout out to Jamie from Outlier Ventures. So here is the first subject, season 5. First subject, first presenter, season 5. Shout out to Outlier Ventures, doing great things in the space. They are one of the OG conglomerates, floating a bunch of things. You know, just like I float all the fake asses and titties in Miami when they try to hop into the water. Oh yeah, skinny dipping. We're skinny dipping for DeFi Summer 2.0. We're going streaking. The first subject though is it's kind of two-part, but I'll keep it super brief because we don't have time for that shit, right? So there have been venture capitalists in the space the entire time. Fronting as collectors, fronting as this, doing this, right? The innovation originally, when it came to artists, when they were creating art, doing all these things, they were innovating ERC 721s in the form of collectibles and digital art pieces. There was a small collector pool. The people who had disposable income were these people who just so happened to own massive businesses, and they saw the opportunity, they hopped in, and they were floating other people. They were floating artists, they were being patrons, they were patronizing the space. Who's to say, right? Who is to say that this should have been the way? Should the space have been floated on a P2P level instead of a VC to P level, meaning should these people who had disposable income, who were actually the front-facing faces of big-ass corporations looking to profit from the NFT space, should they have been the ones to patronize the upcoming artists, right? Or should it have been friends, family, people in the space? This is a super softball question. I mean, this is a super softball take. This is a lukewarm take. Thoughts? Should it have been friends and family floating other friends and families' artwork in the space? Or should we have had these front-facing CEOs, CFOs, CTOs, COOs, all the O's, damn it, C-level, C-suite motherfuckers patronizing in order to move the space along? Do they move the needle or not? Thoughts? I'm the loudest and dumbest voice in the room. You tell me. Hidden forces, don't write in caps. Unmute your microphone and say it here. Hey, y'all, if you have an opinion, I can read at a 3rd grade level, but I can't speak at a 3rd grade level. You have to unmute your microphone and speak for yourself. I can't speak for you. Thank you, Dab Dragon. Is tattooed on my forehead. Unmute your microphone, y'all. Unmute your microphone. Share your opinions. I'll make it simpler, all right? Because obviously when I speak, I don't use semicolons or commas. It's a fucking run-on sentence, man. There's zero grammar. It's just yelling and screaming 24/7. I am one note. If I were a musician, it would just be that final key at the end of the piano. Just tapping that shit constantly, that final fucking key, all right? But please provide me a key, a gem of sorts. Provide me an answer in the form of a hot take or an opinion. I'll keep it super simple. Venture capitalists were always in the space. They were always patronizing up and coming artists. Does it create an echo chamber, right? Where their thoughts and opinions represent everybody's. So even if there is a digital publication like NFTs.what the fuck, if there are a bunch of venture capitalists, right, all a part of a DAO, our voices minimized, right? If they say these are the cool artists and then they have a digital zine backing up their voices that the voice that they already have out there, is this the voice? Is their voice the only voice in the space? I'm gonna keep dumbing. Oh, wait, who was that? Oh my God, the voice.
Snapdragon.
Wait. Oh wait. Who? Speak up a little louder.
It's Snapdragon. I can't talk too loud.
Oh yeah. Well, listen. Whoever is limiting your voice, tell them I said shut up. Whoever's limiting Dab Dragon's voice right now, tell his nurse to change the catheter. All right. It's too long. He needs the shorter one because.
The venture capitalists only come in after we've done all the hard work. We're the ones that built the market. We're the ones that built the NFTs. We are the market. Once we get it up and running, then they come in and say, oh, now it's a good idea. Let me invest. And then I'm going to tell you what's good and what's bad, bringing it up, bringing it down, just killing the market and saturating it with their bullshit.
Let me make something clear before.
When did I have to be into crypto before I'm allowed to be here?
Wait, hold on 1 second. Let me just say something before I ask whose voice that was. This is not an attack on our presenter. This is a general hot take where I'm just shooting blanks, right? I'm shooting fucking blanks. So I just want to make that clear.
No.
Voice?
I'm attacking you.
Oh no! I'm gonna get to your ass in a second. But whose other voice was that? Who was the voice that just said that? When do they get into crypto and something? I don't listen well. You're gonna have to repeat that. Who was that?
Get.
Who was that? Who is that?
Gat control CTRL. What's up?
What up, guys?
Hey, what's going on, man? What's going on? Welcome. What was your hot take? Please rephrase that.
I'm just wondering. I mean, I know I bring the value. So at what point did I need to start bringing the value? Like, is there a date?
Wait, hold on, sir.
I'm just trying to be in before the gate because I'm
wait,
here.
hold
It
on.
feels like I'm late.
Hold on. Yeah. Wait, hold on, Gat. You're a brand new voice to the space, right? You're asking me to give you financial advice. Phrase it in the form of a hot take or an opinion. Make it rhetorical. Put some bass behind your voice, Gat.
Let me give you a hot take.
Your name.
Gat's beats are dope. That's an opinion. Hot take.
You're shilling me instead of telling me, Gat. Phrase it in the form of a hot take or an opinion. What are your thoughts about venture capitalists in the space? You're asking a venture capitalist to give you financial advice, Gat? What is going on?
I am the adventure capital.
Can anyone else?
My take's super hot. Control CTRL. Learn about it.
Can anyone else hear my eyes blink when I pause like that? I'm just staring at a wall, blinking. Maybe I need a translator. Maybe I need a translator. Anyone else who unmutes your microphone?
Tell him what I mean.
No. This is your time to unmute.
He is my euphoric translator. He actually knows how to speak to the people.
Instead of somebody else in the digital space speaking for you, speak for yourself. Don't minimize your voice. I'm empowering you to speak up instead of venture capitalizing a digital scene.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Speaking codes. It's what I've always done.
Go ahead, Fish
Brain. What Gat's trying to say is that we bring the value, and that we've always brought the value, and it's always been us. So, we're just going to keep bringing the value, and then that's just, we're going to keep bringing the value. That's
That's
All right,
it.
let me add to that real quick. I love getting fish brain, but it's Louis C. Rhymes. The venture capitalists have always taken advantage of the artists. The people are the economy. They are the ecology of the economy. The people get to decide when they go back to work. And I think about the pandemic a lot when I think about what's gone on in the past. When the first moment struck and everybody was, being told what to do and the CEOs fled and everybody sold their shares and all that shit happened because we saw them protect themselves and not give a fuck about the people who created all the infrastructure and all the art and all the businesses and all the shit that existed when that shit went down. So there's my goddamn hot take, and I don't know who this is and what this is, but I love it.
That's Louis, baby.
Times two.
Well,
three,
hold,
four, five,
hold,
six.
wait. Okay. All right, y'all. All right. Before this goes off the rails, let me make something very clear. I am Show. If you don't know, you definitely will by the end of this. Thank you, Luis C. Rhymes. It's some kind of French name. I just figured this shit out right now.
It's
Welcome. Thank you. Welcome to the Afties, and thank you for making everyone else see what a hot take is and how it should be delivered. And yes, Fishbrain, thank you for copying Dab Dragon's hot take. Dab Dragon tends to put bass behind his voice, and it is very infectious. Just like what put him into the hospital, he has all the sex infections that you can think of. Just like Louis C. Rhymes' voice, I'm pretty sure he has a couple infections in the back of his throat. That's why he needs to curse
so
and
hard
scream.
right now.
Oh yeah, thank you so much, sir. Next time, do me a favor. Start off with that. Lead off with that instead of coming in strong at the end. You need to come at the beginning like every other man does in their lives, right? Come first. Don't come last in the crypto space. That's some financial advice from me to you, Gat. Moving on. Next subject, we have super awesome Canvaland. Now, while I was doing research on Canvaland, I was getting so much inspiration. It felt like I was looking back on my teenage years in the 90s. Yes, I'm aging myself, y'all. I am aging myself. This is what happens when you spend years in the metaverse. It just does that to your brain and to your mind. I was looking at these nice little plots. I was getting feelings and nostalgia from Stardew Valley, but what inspired Stardew Valley were really these Japanese RPGs where you could free roam and you can start planting seeds and shit. You can start watering the grass. You can do all of these things, and it's great. It was super awesome. I like the fact that I'm able to just sit there and fucking draw. It made me feel like I was in some random RPG like Harvest Moon, and I had a spray can or like some fucking watercolor, and I was just painting. And I could just paint whenever I want. It felt like Mario Paint. I feel that the metaverse should be but designed and should empower those who can create on their own. Don't limit the people. Let's kick it up. Yeah? Instead of, right, we have awesome designers. I'm going to get into Fabiano and his clads. Everyone knows that I love Fabiano, right? And his approach to creation, right? Some of the metaverse platforms are too limited. This is my hot take. They're too limited in tools. They're too limited in approach. They're built by big brains that don't know how to be artists. They've been put in boxes their entire life. Hence, we have a concept like a voxel block. Where are the voxel spheres, right? Does the word voxel mean block? Where are the voxel spheres and spheres? And spheres too, fuck it. They're no cylinders and they're no spheres, right? Not enough shapes in the space. The space needs to be shaped by artists. Yeah, a metaverse platform built by artists for artists that allows them to paint. We're kind of already seeing it with the mural token and the paint coin. Everybody else got that drop. We made millions off of the paint token, right? Thoughts, opinions. We need a metaverse platform built by artists in order to empower artists. Thoughts?
I like the idea of for artists, by artists, but I want you to think back in history when the gold rush was happening. Who made the most money? It wasn't the gold miners. It was the people supplying the shovels and the pickaxes. So just because it's for artists, by artists, doesn't mean that somebody else can't have a good idea too. So we have to keep an open mind. After all, we are artists and we started this thing.
Did we? Did we? That's rhetorical.
We
Did
did.
we?
Hallelujah.
We did. Easy started it.
I mean, that might be possible, considering that Easy's been here since forever.
I know he did.
Thoughts,
Love
you
you
all are
guys.
too quiet. Stop typing in the channel, unmute your microphone, and tell me a metaverse platform built. I'm leaking alpha, y'all. This is DeFi Summer 2.0. You want a venture capitalist to create a metaverse platform for you? If you're an artist, this is my hot take.
No. But we have to keep an open mind. We can't limit it to for artists by artists. We have to keep an open mind in case somebody else has a good idea, like the shovel, because they're the ones that are going to end up making all the money. Now, we can either do that and accept them in, or we can go on and say for artists by artists. And you know what that's going to do? That's going to limit our ability. So we got to keep open minds. We got to look for what's best. Everybody's got their own way of doing it.
For the people, by the people. It doesn't matter where the person comes from. They could have good intentions regardless of where they're currently at financially, whatever, in their life with their career. So anybody for the, by the people, for the people. People over profit. That's the deal.
Wait, but okay, by the people. So you mean like BUY, by the people so they can create shit for the people? Or do you mean created by BY people? Clarity, Luis.
BY, it's Louis,
baby. So obviously Luis speaks in all caps, even when he's having sex, even when he's drinking tap water from whatever borough he's from, sir. All right. When speaking, we need clarity. When you provide a hot take or an opinion during the app, please provide as much clarity as possible. All right. I never met an orgy I didn't like. Right? If I buy people at an orgy, I don't need things from people at orgies because I already have the people bottled up, motherfucker. I already have the people bottled up. I'm selling it for $2 on a blockchain and whatever shitcoin you can think of. All right. Speaking of blockchain, speaking of platforms full of orgies, right? Like like CryptoVoxels, for example, could have been the perfect orgy, a metaverse platform built by artists, for artists. Artists made it dope. Connie Digital put everybody else on to CryptoVoxels in the space. That's a fact. It's not a lie. He sounded the alarm like, dude, there's potential here. Shout out to Connie. I don't know where he's at right now, but hopefully he's doing well. And but yeah, like it's the artists make shit dope. We already have enough digital crypto art platforms, right? They're not built by artists. Oh yeah, they're still dope because you have dope artists on them. Same thing for the metaverse platforms, which is it's like the perfect segue into the next subject. But before I get into it, right, we don't have enough things built by us. Whoever us is, whatever you identify as, all genders are welcome. We don't have enough metaverse platforms built by us. So what's going on? Thoughts, opinions. How do you feel about what I'm saying? Do you need me to have a translator so I can use a different language? Which, by the way, I'm not slamming our presenter when I say that. That was super great. That was super awesome. And I did like a lot of the things that he was saying translated from Russian. So shout out to the Canva Land team. Not to be confused with Canva.com. Thoughts?
So I just think that there's too many platforms created by us, and there's not enough unity or like a central place where we could just all go. So I think everyone is creating their own, and it's just creating even more, I don't know, confusion, or just like it's just too much of everything right now.
Who is that? Whose voice is that? Who was that? What's your name?
It's Sandy Meows.
Holy shit, is it Sandy Meows? Oh my god.
Do I sound different? It's probably my teeth, guys.
No.
I knew it was Sandy Meows.
Wait. Since when does Sammy Meows champion centralization? Is this a new what? What is going on right? Since when is Sandy Meows decentralized? What has happened? Wait, like you lost a tooth and then suddenly what?
Pretty much.
What is going on? What is happening right now? This DeFi, I can't live through DeFi Summer 2.0 if Sandy Meows is centralized because she lost a tooth. What is going on right now? This is crazy.
Twilight Zone.
Thoughts? So that there are too many platforms. There are too many platforms. So there's too much individuality. So we all need to be centralized.
Yeah, someone do the opposite. Go. Come on, guys. This is a hot take.
All right. Look. What we got to do is, I'm an old fuck, right? So the people building.
Are you?
Yes, I am. Listen, the people building crypto and NFTs and all the new platforms, you guys are the future. Okay. So what you got to do is take all the shit that we fucked up in the past, right? But find the good thing in it and then put it into something new. Take all the good shit from all the bad shit we did to the world and make something perfect. That's what crypto is. Okay? Stop fucking shit up.
Oh man, that ain't never gonna happen.
Who was that? Whose voice was that? Yeah, Dab. Who? Yeah, you saw who it was, right? Whose voice was that?
I didn't saw it. But
see it.
Okay, but you know what? You're right. It might never happen, but you know what? If we don't try, it definitely won't happen. So take all the good shit from all the bad shit. Every little thing's got something good in it, right? So find it, put it to work, okay? And then we'll come up with something so great that we won't believe we never thought of that before. How many of you have sat there and said, "Why didn't I think of that?" Okay,
but
you're on your computer.
Boomers always taught me, "Fuck you, got mine."
Exactly. But see, now we got to stop that. We got to, if for artists by artists, for the people by the people. All right, that's great taglines, but put it into use. Okay, there's some good things about being centralized, and there's a lot of bad shit about it, right? And there's good shit about not being decentralized, and bad shit about that. So find the good and the bad and separate them. Let's build something really, really great for the future.
We need to come together and build something.
Who was that? Whose voice was that? Who was that?
My voice, Papito.
Well, welcome, Papito. You're brand new. Just so you know, I want you to put more bass behind your voice and phrase it in the form of a hot take or an opinion. Speak up.
Yeah, but look, she's right. Like everybody is making Daffy. You don't know what anymore you need to choose. You understand? Too much people want to write the codes and building that. Everybody need to come together and make something good out of it. That's the thing.
Well, hey, listen, I only have one brain cell. I can barely pay attention for more than 5 seconds. Just to piggyback off of what Dab Dragon said, I didn't listen to anything else that he said in that long diatribe. The only thing that caught my mind was the fact that he said that he's an old fuck, right? So in regards to all these platforms and shit like that and everyone else making platforms instead of being artists, this is what I will say. This is my hot take, all right? I'm not an old fuck. I'm a good fuck. You fucking fuck. Moving on.
Listen
Next
to
and
the
final
old
subject.
fucks.
Next and final subject. All right. We had a three-parter. We had a threesome. We had a menage a trois of great minds in the space in the form of Fabiano Speziati, Thinkas, and we had Digga. Also known as Sasha in real life, but I won't dox him. Right, so shout out to these three with an awesome build hosting us right now. I don't know if everybody's still chilling at the build in CV. Here's my hot take, man, and this is a real one. For now, thank you, Easy, for providing that hot take, and I'm gonna piggyback off of that because I feel that most of us who really identify with what you said in regards to old fucks, and thank you, Dab Dragon too, right? This is some real shit. You're gonna feel me on this, right? This is what I wanted to ask Fabiano, Sinkas, and Sasha, right? For all of us who have been in the space for a really long time, specifically all of the WIP fam, WIP crew, shout out to everybody. Much love, my people, right? But in addition, everyone who has been a Crypto Voxels citizen from the beginning, again, shout out to Connie Digital. Someone tell the motherfucker I said I love him. Much love to him, all right? We believe in the potential of Crypto Voxels, but have also experienced the many disappointments that leave us with a more neutral or lukewarm feeling towards it, right? Amongst the many setbacks, the countless fucking setbacks for Crypto Voxels, right? One in particular is the most glaring, and it's wearables. There was a unique window for many citizens of the metaverse to engage, interact, and profit off of a burgeoning wearables market with Crypto Voxels as the central hub of it all. Many believe that Crypto Voxels missed a golden opportunity and also the fucking boat along with it. The baby was thrown out with the damn bathwater when things that weren't broken were being fixed and the broken things were being even more fucking broken, right? So here's my hot take. I don't think that there's an interest in Crypto Voxels wearables, right, as a market, and I don't even know if there's even a game plan or steps that the community is going to be able to take to repair the relationship. The interest has been shifted to competition metaverse platforms like DCL, and even DCL fucked their shit up with their DAO, right? They fucked their shit up too. It's like, what is going on, right? I think that the window for the wearables market was DeFi Summer 1.0, right? We needed this shit last year this time. This year, I don't know what the fuck. Thoughts?
This year has been really fucked up. Okay, I'm gonna agree with you on that one. But listen, okay, I would rather a company that made mistakes and dropped the market a little bit and raised the market a little bit than listening to some daddy's son's millionaire, billionaire, that comes on and buys a bunch of this, and then everybody starts listening to him. Oh, I'm going to accept this, or I'm not going to accept that. And it drives the market up and it drives the market down. Okay. Make mistakes. Do it. You know what? That's how you learn. Okay. But don't take daddy's money and think you know what the hell's going on. Because remember, we built this market while you were building fucking cars. Okay. Don't tell me what I should do, and don't fuck with my friends, because that really pisses me off. And driving the market up and down like that so you can look important, fuck you. All right? That's what I got to say about it. Make mistakes and learn from the mistakes. But don't tell me you know what you're talking about when you clearly don't.
Thoughts?
Word. I
Thoughts?
think the wearable round too. I mean, we did need them a year ago when we were all trying to do them and it wouldn't work in CV. But I think that, you know, maybe it's just time for wearable, you know, summer too.
Hey, Skylar, I'm gonna mute you. Thank you, Skylar, for that nice hot take in the form of a bunch of background fucking noise. Turn down the porn, Skylar Fly. Turn down the porn. Thank you very much. Hey, Easy, do you believe? And this is rhetorical. Do you really think that there's still a chance to repair the relationship? Right? The constant letdowns in the form of wearables. There were legendary crypto artists in the space looking to also add supplementary wearables to their rollouts. And the fact that that shit wasn't available, it stopped a lot of people's things. You know, it stopped a lot of people's things from happening.
It did. I know that was rhetorical, so I don't know. I don't have the answer to that. I hope that there will be some reconvergence and working through the hurt, but it definitely fucked some shit up.
I needed a voxel block in the form of lube to solve the hurt. The things are hurting, goddammit. Just like Dab Dragon said, Like what? Wait. Did he tell them stop fucking us because they're too rich? I don't know. There was too many words. He said, you rich people, stop fucking us. We're gonna fuck you. I was like, yeah, Dad Dragon. Wait, hold on. I needed that for the previous. I was actually
just talking to one person in general. But
me?
I love no, not you. But listen, I love wearables. Wearables are a big part of what we do, and we need them for our metaverse. Okay, it makes you feel, like you've done something different than somebody else. If you're unique, So I love wearables. Don't get me wrong. The other thing, I've been known to go off on tangents. I can't help it. Okay, I felt strongly about it. So
are you apologizing for yourself? This is the Afties. Why are you apologizing?
Because the nurse hasn't come in with my shot yet, and I'm mad.
Hey, give me her number, give me her Discord name, and me and her can make a connection, and she'll be giving you all the needles. She'll be filling her ass full of lithium and all kinds of good shit that they got in the pantry over there. Shout out to all the hot, sexy nurses taking care of Dad Dragon, nursing my friend back to health. No pun, all pun intended, all fucking pun intended. But yeah, y'all, look, hey, my hot take. If you didn't understand what I'm asking you, what I'm telling you, all right? Wearables, digi-physical. I was talking about this weeks on end. Digi-physical is the new wave. That was all season 4, man. We can't keep talking about digi-physical, right? You're gonna see motherfuckers repeating that shit like, oh yeah, I was in Token Smart. I heard this random guy yelling and screaming, talking about digi-physical. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna create the first ever digi-physical thing. I'm gonna call it MetaFactory. Like, no, there's been a MetaFactory for fucking years now. Like, there's SyncOS right here. SyncOS is literally right here. They want to recreate the wheel. We talked about imitation and shit. Can't talk about digi-physical enough. My point, though, we've been hurt. There was a missed opportunity. I don't know, and this is rhetorical, I don't know if this shit will be repaired. I don't know if we're interested. Our minds are on Meat Bits. Our minds are on fucking Bored Ape Yacht Club. Our minds are on the Zen NFT bonsai fucking trees. Our minds are on Arabian Camel, right? Our minds are on hash masks, right? I can't even fucking say that fucking word. Our minds are on all these fucking collectibles coming out like every single day, and us trying to have enough ETH in order to buy this shit to keep the fuck up, right? Where are wearables? Where do wearables fit? I don't see the fit, right? These clothes, these digital clothes don't fit. This wearable does not fit my avatar, motherfucker. And these wearables don't fit in the current mix of people trying to catch on to the next crypto kitty, the next fucking crypto punk. And I just clicked on Adobe Premiere by mistake on my computer. I don't know why this fucking editing program. I'm clicking buttons, goddammit. I'm clicking all these fucking buttons because wearables don't work. They haven't worked. Thoughts?
Was there a question?
Stop clicking random shit. If you don't know what you're clicking, don't freaking click it. What's wrong with you?
Whose voice was that?
Dragon, that's how you get freaking viruses, man. Come on, you should know this. Basic internet safety.
Keep your fingers to yourself. How do you know where your fingers have been?
It's DeFi Summer 2.0. It's a hot boy summer. DeFi Summer 2.0. I'm in Miami, sticking my fingers in all the drinks, licking them, sticking my fingers into all the people, licking my fingers. We're doing Bitcoin Miami, baby. We're streaking, baby. Shout out to the rest of the crew.
You want to streak? Go ahead.
Out right now. Shout out to everybody who's in Miami now. Much love. I miss each and every single one of you. Shout out to everybody here. This is season 5, motherfuckers. Yo, let me see some fucking emojis and gifts. Let's go. Much love, everybody. Please come back next Thursday. And also shout out to the rest of the crew. Shout out to the entire leadership team in Token Smart. Shout out to the mod crew, everybody, all the fucking crews. Shout out to you. We can't do this without you. Much love to everybody here. Also, keep your eye on the events calendar. Listen to all the mods. They tell you to do the shit. Easy has a thing. 6 p.m. Eastern. Live. Cypher. They're doing the fucking things. Shout out to Jack's Hideaway. They're doing fucking things. Keep your eyes on the fucking prize for DeFi Summer 2.0, and I'm out this bitch.
I fucking love that. I just gotta say, I have to shout out shows. First time hearing the show, first time meeting. I gotta give you a fucking shout, bro. The energy's sick. We're gonna get together and scream at each other more often. I don't know if it'll be on this platform, but we definitely will. That was dope. And did somebody find Matt and his empanadas?
He finally straggled in.